Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Saturday, October 9th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. Oh, welcome to everybody. Come on in, come on in. Ooh. All right, I see that Rhonda's in the room. There she is. Hello. Hello, Miss Rhonda. Hello, Miss Rhonda. So good to see you today. Oh my. Rhonda, good to see ya. So welcome to everybody that comes in live. And welcome to my lurkers who lurk, who watch but don't comment. That's okay. But we would love to have you comment. And, excuse me, and welcome to my YouTube peeps. And of course, when Rhonda comes in, I absolutely have to say hello to Ginny. Hi, Ginny. Jenny, I'm so glad that you're enjoying your coloring. Okay. Hello, Melissa. So good to see everybody. All right. Hello, Jean. Oh, Rhonda says that we watched some videos this afternoon. Cool. Did she have a good time? Okay, now videos, I'm assuming you mean mine or just you're talking like video entertainment. My mind went to my videos. Hello, Maddie. Okay. Couple of reminders. Maddie says, Adam tonight. Okay. Couple of reminders. Dawn's got a contest running that ends tonight. No. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 12 midnight Central Standard Time. Oh, she watched Coloring of Wanda's Rose. Good. We need to get her to do that grayscale. Oh, Melissa says, hi, Maddie. Loved your brick picture. I'm jealous. Oh. Jean, your birthday's tomorrow, isn't it? But we'll say happy birthday to you right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jean. Happy birthday to you and many, 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 many more. Whee! Maddie said she harmonized. Yay! Good, good, good. So Dawn's contest ends tomorrow night, Central Standard Time. And Wanda's ends, I want to say, in a couple weeks. I gotta look again. Don't forget hers. You're after winning one of her new books. Buds and Butterflies. So we've got fun stuff going. All right. So I've been working on this one, mythographic. I keep forgetting Dream Garden. And we've got Adam and Eve. And I want to show you some ideas for doing ice crystals. So I pulled up this one to do. The Colorless Kingdom by Ortega. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's see if I'm going to do this right now. Maybe not. I was going to spray it. Oh, there's my spray. There we go. Oh, Jean says she's finished Dawn's already and is now trying to do Wanda's. Okay. Cool. Hi, sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Come here. Come here. You want to go and get in your box? No, get in your box. No, 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 get in your box. No. Miss Kitty. All right, let me spray this real quick. And then that can be drying. Come here. Miss Kitty. Come on. Okay. Fine. Alrighty. After that minor distraction, so I'm going to do a little bit of coloring on Albrechet Durer. So Maddie's ready. I'm assuming Rhonda's ready. And we'll have some fun with this. And you know that I'll switch off in the middle sometime. But again, it doesn't matter what I'm coloring, right? It matters how I'm coloring it. So let me get my paper towel ready. And let's get coloring. Let's get coloring. So tell me how things are going, guys. So I've got my light, my medium, and my dark. And let me remind you of what the pencils are that I've got. I have got the Rose Cloud by Brett Funner 520. I've got PC 939 Prismacolor, and I've got Terracotta Light by Starjoy. So let's go ahead and start playing with this. All right, one more adjustment, guys. Hold on. Zoom in. So we're going to work on Eve. I've been working on Adam for a while now. Zoom in. And let me take a look this way. I'm going to change these chimes. There we go. So somebody tell me something positive that happened to them today, or something positive that they'd like to pass along to the group. All right, so I'm working on Eve. I'm using DLM, dark, light, medium, but you use whatever works for you. Zoom in. Sorry for the waving around. Oh, there we go. Yes, I'll be glad to tell you the colors again. My dark color is my Starjoy 016 Terracotta Light. My medium is my Prismacolor PC 939. And my light is Rose Cloud Brett Funner 520. Excuse me. Here we go. Rhonda, did I go too fast? Did you catch all that? So what I'm doing now is I'm working on the dark portion here. Rhonda, let me know if you caught all those. So we're going to get just a little bit of darkness underneath here and just a little bit near the eye. Let's see here. Still looking for similar colors? Okay, take your time. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of dark color into the crook of the arm. And again, this is where you need to look at each segment of what you're coloring and deciding what is dark and what is medium and light. Okay. Zoom out. So let's go ahead now and I'll work the other arm here. Now, I don't want you to go brain dead, guys, when you're doing something like this. Grayscale coloring is a beautiful what's the word I want? Method to do your coloring. And some people think that it's just throwing color on dark, medium, and light when you're coloring a piece, and that's not it at all. Couldn't be further from the truth. You still want to be artistic with it. And you want to bring your A game to it. All right. And I want you to notice the intricacies in the hand. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. And we've got some small areas. Oh, gonna sneeze. Excuse me. And you want to put in all your touches here. While you're doing each area. Thank you, Maddie. One of these days I'm going to narrow down whose perfume is making me sneeze. Okay. So now we're going to come through here, and I want to look at you want to look at your values here as you're going through. Again, what is dark, what is medium, what is light, in relation to each other in the section that you're coloring. So the dark part in this section is lighter than the dark part in the other section. Okay. And then we have, so here's the belly button. We've got a little bit of a blemish here. Oh my gosh, can you imagine somebody coming in the room right now with a big boob on the screen? Oh, jeez. Okay, so we have the navel, and we want to very carefully color in our dark. And then we come down to the pubic area, and I'm making the artistic decision to make the area around the fig leaf a little bit darker on the edge. Whoop. Hold on, broke the tip. Okay, isn't that beautiful? And then from here on down, I've pretty much got medium and light here. Let's see, we're good here. Zoom out. Let's give you a little bit of, acclimate you here where stuff is. Yeah. And then we get down to the footy. And we're going to have some dark area in between the toes. Rhonda, did you get your colors? Okay. Now I'm going to slide over here, and I'm going to go ahead and work my dark areas on her other foot, which is darker on this foot than the other. Now, the interesting thing is, once you start doing this, not sure about purple? What do you mean? What do you mean, Rhonda? All right, let's work this up the leg. Hi, Mary. Mary, Mary. As I started to say, the interesting thing about doing this, and I've talked about this before, that you'll start doing your own little thing. As you're coloring. And that's where your artistic side will be coming out. Okay. Rita from Guatemala. Hello, Miss Rita. Yeah, you don't want to do any purples on this, Rhonda. Okay. So let me slide back up. And then we'll come up further up the body. If you want to go ahead and emphasize anything. And I've got a little splotch on the neck here. I will go ahead and darken that. And I'm going to color under the chin. There we go. Zoom out. Let's take a look at this puppy. Zoom out. Zoom out. Now, as you're going along with this, I noticed down the knee here I've got a little dark spot. So we'll go ahead and play that up as well. All right. Zoom in. Zoom in. And for anybody arriving a little bit later, we're doing Adam and Eve. Albrechet Durer, excuse me. Albrechet Durer, gosh. So we're going to get a little bit of dark color right around the nipple as well. And then we're ready to go. All right. Now, I'm switching over to my light color. Remember the DLM, dark light medium. That's what I use. You don't have to use it. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. And now I'm going through and I'm doing all my light areas. Now, Albrechet Durer was a master at doing these pieces. And what I want you to notice when you're coloring them, where light and shadow is. He was the master of bringing that out. And so this is why in doing this piece is going to be quite a learning experience for you. Because you'll be able to see all the ins and out of what he was coloring. I'm sorry. Creating. I'm coloring. He created. So now I'm working through and I'm getting all my light areas colored in. Zoom out. And this is where you're really going to see the piece come to life. Now, I want you to notice on this breast area, see we've got the darker area underneath the breast. Makes sense, right? Now, don't color willy-nilly here. You want to make very, very sure that you don't color over your medium areas. And I'm using very small circles here to get a very nice coverage. And also notice, hi Amy. Also notice now as I'm coloring in the light areas here, that the rest of the piece is starting to take shape beautifully. Now again, I don't want you to go willy-nilly when you're coloring. You want to maintain the integrity of what's being shown on the page. Now, the other thing I want you to notice too is these are the high parts on the arm, and this is where you're going to have your lightest area. So again, this is an excellent, excellent piece. Albrechet Durer did this, not me. And this shows you when we're doing standard coloring in our coloring books, that this is why I've always shown you that the highlight is in the middle of the arm, like this. Okay, let me slide over. And for anybody that just popped into the room, we were doing Adam and Eve here. Albrechet Durer, very, very famous for doing wood carvings, cuttings. All right, let me get this hand. And you're going to want a very, very sharp pencil, of course. And guys, when you do something like this, the result is absolutely stunning. Amaze your family and friends. Okay. So now I'm working on the center stomach area. And again, you can see the stomach muscles. Think of somebody having a six-pack. Now Adam, when we did Adam, you could really see his. Now again, as you're doing this and you're in the middle of it, it's going to look a little wonky, but oh my gosh, guys, how this comes together is just fantastic. And what a great way to learn shading. Zoom out. Zoom out. Let's take a look. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look how beautiful that is, guys. Zoom in. Well, if you think about it, Albrechet Durer was the master at dark and light. And he created these wood carvings. That's just part of his work. So when you study his work and his technique, it's a really great way to learn the ins and outs of the shading. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I want you to notice on the thigh area, front and center, that's why it's all light like this. So Amy says, I haven't worked with skin texture on my drawings yet, but I do have a set of skin tone Crayola pencils. Okay, good. And guys, take your time with this. Don't force your pencils. Work the pencil pigment into your paper. And you'll have an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Okay. Now, down on the bottom of her leg here, our light, medium, and dark have completely shifted tone. So my light looks like the medium up above it, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. We're still doing our light areas here. Zoom in. I've already done my dark, which is on the outside, and we'll blend that up. All right, and let me move over to the next leg, and you can see this side by side now, how I'm doing this. Okay, and let's come down just a little bit here. Oop, too far. So guys, not only am I teaching you this grayscale tonight, but I'm also teaching you skin tone. And this is an excellent piece to do it on. So we've got skin tone here. We've got how to do the shading with it. Lots of neat little things here going on. And because of the author of the book here, you are learning from a master in how to do your what should be shaded and what shouldn't be shaded. Albrechet Durer. All right. And the big thing here is, guys, don't get in a hurry. You're not scrubbing in the color, okay? Please, 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 you're not scrubbing it in at all. Okay, I got a little spot here. Now, did you see how that knee all of a sudden popped out? Isn't that beautiful? Because of that subtle shading. And guys, when you put your colors down, also understand that this is not a once over, you know, tint the skin, tint the area. We're coloring this in. So you want to go ahead and take your time. I want to make sure everybody understands that. On grayscale, we're not tinting like I do with line art. So this is where I'm taking the time to make sure that my colors are smooth. I've got my pencil. I'm not holding my pencil near the front. I'm about halfway up my pencil. Now, I'm going to go back with my dark for a minute here, and I'm just going to blend between my dark and my light a little better. So you can always, always do this. Just be careful now. I've got, you know, my medium areas now ready to go. Don't accidentally color over that with your dark. Okay, let's pull out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. Isn't that drop dead gorgeous? So if you want to learn about skin tones, you've hit the mother lode in watching this broadcast. Hi, Kathy. Zoom out. Okay, so I'm going to take a second and show you guys again this book. This is the book that I'm working from. It's in our affiliate list. It's on Amazon. And Albrechet Durer was the master of this art form. So this book has 50 original woodcuts, engravings, and etchings. That's what he did. Zoom in. Zoom in. Hardcover. These are all prints from Albrechet Durer, and it's got this lay flat binding and high quality paper. The paper is great. And these are samples of some of his work. So this is a great book to learn from. Zoom out. Zoom out. And I happen to be doing Adam and Eve because I wanted to do these skin tones for you. Okay, now I'm going to use my medium pencil. You can see now the spots on her skin, all the medium tones now that are ready to be colored in. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. And for my medium color, I'm using my PC 939. And when you use your medium tone of your pencil, this is where you're going to start blending in your colors. So notice that I'm using the medium in the areas that were left open, plus I'm using it to blend in my light and my dark areas. And what I want you to see on this face now is how this is coming together. Look at this. Look at this. Look how beautifully now the face is starting to come into focus. Teeny, 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 tiny circles to blend all of this in. This is PC 939, Rhonda. And I want you to notice as I'm coloring this, hello Maggie, as I'm coloring this, blending in with my previous dark, little tiny circles. How all these colors are coming together. Rhonda, pick 3 colors, 3 tones of your colors, a light, a medium, and a dark. I don't want you to worry about using the exact colors that I've got. Hard for me to tell you whether it's a peach or a beige. Probably a beige. Just pick 3 colors that are going to work together on the spectrum, your light, medium, and your dark, and you'll be fine. Okay, now, notice around here the nipple area. That as I color over with the medium, that brings into focus the other colors that we put on here. Hello, Nan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And notice now how I'm working, again, my medium. And that medium is blending in my colors beautifully. Now, if you want to emphasize your medium, thanks for letting us know that you're here, Nan. I was hoping you'd be here. Now, if you want to emphasize a color or a shade, go ahead and repeat stroke your pencil. Rhonda, did you get your colors picked out? I wouldn't worry about the specific colors, sweetie. Just go ahead and get a light, medium, and dark, what you would be using for skin color. Okay, so again, notice the emphasis here underneath the breast. All right, let me move you over just a little bit. And remember now I'm working on my medium tones here. Done my dark, done my light, well the light, dark, and then the medium. All right, let me roll back up to the collar. The collarbone, the shoulder. And now that I'm adding my medium, I want you to see how everything is coming together. Now, I am not willy-nilly just going over the top of where I colored in my darker color. I'm going next to it and just over it just enough to blend it. And this is where your blending and your attention to detail is going to make all the difference. And the really neat thing too, as I'm doing this, is again, the medium area is sticking out like a sore thumb because we didn't color it earlier, right? We did the light and then we did the dark. So now the medium spot is very easy to see. Do not scrub your pencils. And again, I'm working in little teeny tiny circles because I want to get that blending accomplished. All right, let me pull you down here a little further. Now, if you'll notice the detail that Albrechet Durer puts in here is she's got an apple, or whatever the fruit was. God said forbidden fruit. He didn't necessarily, he didn't say apples. And look how beautifully now that hand is defined because we've got all our different colors. See it? So your medium color now, folks, is acting as your blending tool. All right, let's slide right back up. I got a little spot that I missed on the arm. Okay, so let's go back over to our chest area. Medium right on the nipple to define that. Notice my dark colors still stayed put. So now once I put that medium on there, it really defined it beautifully. All right. Now again, let me get this down a little further here. So I'm on my medium area. Now I'm going to go back to the breast, and I'm going to emphasize the curvature underneath. So I'm taking my medium pencil and I'm doing repeat stroke. And that way the definition of the curvature of the breast comes out. It's very subtle, but it's there. And I will remind you that when you are doing grayscale, you are putting a lot of artistic effort into it, because like I just did underneath the breast, you can darken in areas. Even though I'm working with my medium tones, by going with repeat stroke, I can darken it in even a little more. All right, let me get into my area here. Oop, missed a little spot. And I want you to notice Nan says, my youngest son always said God should have chosen the banana as the forbidden fruit. He felt that no way Adam would have eaten that. Oh, jeez. I take it your son is not a fan of bananas. Okay, now I want you to notice too, is I'm going to emphasize the curvature on top of the leg a little bit. And I'm going to come down the side of the leg here. That's pretty funny, Nan. Did that make you laugh in front of him when he, did that cause you a laugh when he said that? Or was it one of those that you stifled and laughed later? Okay, let me pop back up further here a little bit. I missed this area in the center. So these are all, this is my medium shade. Now look, what I want you to notice is when I put in my medium shade, look how this white area pops up. See it? Or lighter area, I should say. It's just so fascinating, guys, when you do grayscale like this. You'll start to see these things pop up and it looks fantastic. Okay. Now I'm going to move this down just a little bit. Now you've got the abdomen area. Eve is a little more fuller figured in her abdomen. So I'm going to go ahead and curve this just a little bit so that we can make that tummy area protrude a little more. All right. So let's move down. That's too bad he doesn't like bananas because they're so good for you with all that potassium in it. I'll tell you what, guys, like I said, if you want to learn proper shading and skin color and skin tone, you are learning from a master. Albrechet Durer. He really had his act together when he did his pieces. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on that knee a little bit. And again, I'm not coloring willy-nilly. Oh my gosh, Nan said, yes, it did. When he left for the army, he was underweight. They made him stand there and eat several bananas. Oh no. To add the little extra weight he was short of. If he didn't like bananas before, that finished him off. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Okay. Notice now how this leg is coming into view beautifully. Again, I'm working on my medium color now. So how old is he now, Nan? And then let's bring this color down to the foot. Again, you can see the areas now where my medium. Let me sharpen my pencil. Hold on. And actually, I'm going to go back and put in a little more of the dark areas right at the base of the toenail here. And then I'm going to come back in with my medium. Amy, your parrot page is absolutely gorgeous. Nan says he's 39 and retired from the Army last year. Amy says, I just spotted my parrot page, posted my parrot page, just finished. I love how it turned out. Thank you to Maddie for the color inspiration. Woo! Hey, we lift each other up in this group. Jean, are you still with us? Jean's going to be our birthday girl tomorrow. Okay, medium color. And let me pop over now to the other foot since, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go right back up her leg so you can see the progression here. Now, what I want you to see when you're doing this grayscale, that as you are adding your coloring, your colors on your light, mediums, and darks, oh my gosh, guys, look how that dimension comes out. Amy Newland says, other happy news today, my mom's best friend's youngest daughter just had her third baby today. I believe my mom's friend is up to 6 grandkids between her 2 daughters. Ooh, all right. I'll bet you she's a happy grandma. Okay, now notice, guys, now around these knee areas, and that's what I really wanted to show you. I suppose it would help if I always stay on camera. Is notice now how when I'm putting in my medium color, how that knee dimension pops out beautifully. And remember when I was doing this part of the leg where I was angling the colors? I'm not just going to go willy-nilly with my, just up and down with my pencil. I'm going to go ahead and angle in my medium portions. Okay. Guys, you really want to tell your friends about this broadcast because this is a huge, huge lesson on how to color your skin. Okay, now we'll get our medium area here. I'm not too worried about the toenails because obviously you're not going to paint them, right? So we'll go ahead and leave them a nice skin color. Okay, zoom out, zoom out. Let's take a look at this entire puppy and see what we think. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom in. We'll go in one step. What do you think? Now, I'm not done with Eve, okay? Because this is where now you are doing your little touch-ups and you're putting in your artistic interpretation of the piece. So, on the areas where her skin is a little bit lighter, you can go ahead and emphasize that a little bit. I'm using my ivory color number 103. Zoom in. Zoom in. By Faber-Castell. And this time, instead of using it as a smoothing tool, which you've been seeing me use it now in a lot of my broadcasts, I'm going ahead and using it as a highlight. So I want her just to be a little more rounded. So we'll go ahead up on the breast area as well. and down the arm a little bit. And I'm going to go underneath her breast, which is going to make it protrude a little bit more and look a little fuller. And I'm also highlighting on top of the breast here, just a tad, because again, it pulls it up and makes it look more rounded. Remember, when you highlight something, it pulls that part of the image closer to your, I didn't do her arm, to your observer. Okay. How beautiful is that? Now, a little bit of dark pencil here. And then I'm going to blend that in. With my ivory and just touch that up a little bit. Now, I want you to notice something here too. This is another little touch. On the knees, I'm going to use my Faber-Castell and I'm lightening this area right here because I want to pull that part of the knee a little bit forward, more forward. Absolutely gorgeous, guys. Questions, comments? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you learning something? Okay. On the throat area, next to this dark spot that's coming down here, I'm going to go ahead and parallel that with my ivory. And that's going to shove it out a little bit more to the viewer. See it? I am not using white. That would be too stark to use that. Okie dokie. Oh, her right arm. Medium. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Don't worry about the ivory. Rhonda, use your lightest color of the three that you're using now to smooth out. The other option is you can use a little bit of the white, but be sure to go back over it. Use white. And if you have to, go back over it with your lightest color. That's the way to work the workaround. Okay, so I'm doing the medium portion here, and guys, this is not hard. Kathy says she's learning and she's in awe. Okay. So I'm coloring my medium portions on the fingers. And your medium, again, your medium color in your DLM, dark light medium, is a combination of laying down your color but also blending what you've already put down. That's what makes it so cool. And look how that hand sticks out now. Oh, I just noticed that that serpent had a crown. Huh. Now, if you want to go ahead, you know, as you notice stuff, you can see these muscles on Adam. If you want to go ahead and emphasize something like that a little bit, you can do that. Don't get stupid with it, though. Adam is pretty muscular. Eve is softer and squishier. Rhonda, let me go ahead and use, like I said, that white, and then temper it down with your lightest color. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. Questions? And then this is where you can go back, like I said, and tweak. You can blend, you can fill in, you can emphasize. Lots and lots of play with this, guys. Okay. I don't know what color fig leaves are. I have to look that up. Now, this tree, I'm going to do a little bit more on this, and then I'm going to go to my other image and show you how to color snow and ice crystals. And again, because I use the same light, medium, and dark on Adam, once I colored Eve, I can go back and tweak his coloring as well. Dang, that guy's got a six-pack, doesn't he? Woo-hoo! All right, and I just want to blend this a little bit more on her. Zoom in. Maggie says dark olive. Thank you, Maggie. That's why I love you guys. You're so helpful. And if for some reason that you don't know something like that, look up on Google. Rhonda says, what about hair? Well, yeah, we can do hair. Let me go ahead and work on the, Maggie says yes with medium brown veins. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and pull some colors here. We'll go ahead and do Adam's fig leaf and Eve's. and somehow my pirate black ended up in my greens. Oops, not that green. Sit tight, guys. I'm pulling my colors. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Nan, no, it's not just you. Nan says, is it just me, or does Eve's face lean towards masculine features? Absolutely. So no, it's not just you. I noticed that as well. I was going to comment on it, but I forgot. Okay. I got my light, my medium, my dark. No, absolutely it does. And I believe that that was the style of the time. If you look at other images that Albrechet Durer did, they all do. Okay, I've got my fig leaf colors. Zoom in. I'm going to follow my DLM again, dark, light, medium. For my dark, I'm using a color called Pesto. Yeah, I agree with you. The nose, the nose really contributes to it. And this is my Brett Funner 520. My medium color is my master color 4635. And my light color is a master 4515. And these are the three colors, the light, the medium, and the dark, that I've got. So take a look at that, match them with whatever you have. All right. Zoom in. Zoom in. So let's go ahead. We're going to work on our dark areas first. Now you want to be careful here because we've got a shadow. Do you see it? So that's actually not part of the leaf. So I'm going to take my light skin color and I'm going to color over that for the moment, just to clarify. Actually, I'll use my medium, excuse me. This is a shadow as well, so be sure that you clarify which is shadow and which is fig leaf. All right. So let's go ahead and get these dark areas. And notice then too that we've got a little sprout here. we'll go ahead and color that. And guys, I can't emphasize this enough. Take your time. It will look drop dead gorgeous when you're done. Okay, then I'm going to do my light color here. This is my Master 4515. Now, if you're doing something like this and you're in a very small area, you can go ahead and do your medium next. You don't have to do that light if you're afraid that your light coloring is going to wipe out something. So do your dark. You can do your dark, do your medium, and then come back in with your light. That's why I'm saying be flexible. All right, let me go ahead and get my medium done here. Oops, missed a light here. I don't want to create just little coloring robots. You've got to think through the situation. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead in now with my medium. And look how cool that looks. All right, and I missed a little dark here. And for gosh sakes, guys, if you don't hit it exactly, then just go ahead and improvise. Now see, I'm going to put a little bit of dark on the tip of this fig leaf right here. I love these colors I got. Maggie, thank you so much for the color suggestions. Sometimes I can't get to my Google easily when I'm broadcasting. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead with my light. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to emphasize that with medium because I've already got that dark leaf. So we'll go ahead and do medium just so that we can keep that leaf to be distinct. I think that looks kind of cool. And notice right here that this is a shadow on the skin. Now let's talk about shadows for a minute. Notice that the shadow color is not gray or black, right? Not gray. It's the darker skin tone. New colors think that they need to shade with gray. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. So now I'm going to go back and forth with my pencils a little bit, blend, emphasize to my satisfaction. So we'll get that nice and smooth. And I don't want to lose those veins because I think that looks really cool. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm just going to finger smudge. Zoom out. And I missed a leaf. Okay. Right there. So we'll do dark. And I'm going to hit that with a little light because it's just so far back. I don't want it to get lost. Zoom in. Zoom in. Everybody see why I'm doing that? So I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little light on either side of that dark, and that way we don't lose that last fig leaf. It's still dark overall because of the grayscale, but I just wanted to bring that up a little bit so you guys could see it. Okay? All right. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look how cool that looks, guys. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Now, it looks like on Adam's pubic hairs, I missed. It looks incomplete. I may have missed that area. So I'm going to go ahead back in with my medium and then my dark browns, beige browns, and we'll go ahead and get that done. I just hope that Adam's not ticklish. Oh my. There we go. Much better. And notice also is I went ahead and I emphasize, I'm using my darkest brown here, and I'm emphasizing the shading underneath the abdomen here, and that's going to push out his six-pack. And then I can also go back too and go over with my ivory color and blend on his chest and also up on his breasts. Oh my gosh, guys, beautiful, beautiful. Remember, when you're coloring something like this, you can always go back and tweak. And I hope that your colorings, when you do grayscale like this, that you feel inspired to go back in and tweak. Okay. Now his face looks a little weird to me. He's got these lines in it. Zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm okay with it on his forehead, but to me it looks a little weird to be right here on the side. So I'm going to make an artistic decision to de-emphasize that as soon as I resharpen my pencil. Oh, Jean, I'm glad you came back. Great. So notice here that I'm going through and I've decided just to go through and darken this with my darkest color. Only because I want to de-emphasize that striping. Now, what I think it is that his face is just muscular, actually, as well. And Albrechet Durer decided to go ahead and carry that theme all the way through. So he's showing Adam having a very powerful face. Now, to me, it looks a little wonky, so I'm just going to de-emphasize that just a little bit. Your coloring, your choice. Albrechet Durer is not gonna come in and slap you in the face. All right. I like that a lot better. Zoom out. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing that I just noticed. Oh, my. His ear. Well, Jean, I'm glad you came back. Good. I don't want you to miss this. So there's my dark. And then I'm going to go ahead and color in with my light. And we'll go ahead and get that ear taken care of. And while I'm at it, I've also noticed that I've left some of these areas on his face. There we go. Over his eye a little bit. Much, much better. Okay, now, I forgot Eve's ear as well. We'll darken the inside. Now guys, this is a teeny tiny area, and this is again where I don't want you to fuss about getting your DLM in there. So honestly, I'm letting the gray speak for itself in this instance. That's not to say I'm not making an effort to use the different colors, but I just don't want you to have a heart attack over getting the itty bitty spot. Okay, much better. Okay. Oh, Eve's leaf, fig leaf. So let's go ahead and get down to her area here as well. I'm using my Faber-Castell Ivory. Let me do this first. I'm using my Faber-Castell Ivory now on her entire leg to go ahead and smooth out that coloring. Blend and blend and blend, guys. We have a large area of the lighter color and I want to go ahead and just smooth that out. Rhonda, did using your lightest color and then going back over it, did using white on the areas that you want to emphasize and then going back over that with your lightest color work for you? Let me know, please. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get her fig leaf done. Zoom in. I'm going to go ahead and just erase a little bit. Okay. And we've got this area cleaned out. Oh, Rhonda says she used her 103. Oh, you have it. Oh. Well, dang, Rhonda. Good. Okay. Let's do Eve's fig leaf. Am I close enough, guys, that you can see? Now, by the way, when you add your first color, your dark, sometimes it's going to look a little streaky because that's the only color that you have. Remember, you're going to be blending, blending with your subsequent colors. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of dark right there. And I'm going to put a little dark right here. And then we have an extra little fig leaf over here. And then I'm going to, while I'm here, I'm going to use my lightest green and get my light areas done. Maggie, are you happy with the colors that I chose for the fig leaves? And then I'm going to color over here. And we'll go back up here. Okay, and then back to do the light. And then I'm going to come in with my medium. How pretty is that? Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I'm going to go back with my dark and I'm going to add just a couple of streaks with this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Zoom out. And then I'm very, very carefully going to use Faber-Castell 103. I'm softening all the colors. I'm not wiping them out. And that way this is going to actually look like a painting. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm also going to use my medium brown that I was using on the skin, and I'm just going to emphasize that shadow a little more in both spots. See that? Okay, and we'll go ahead and I'm going to darken up her pubic hair just a little more. There we go. Zoom out. Zoom out. Let's take a look now at the whole effect. I want to go ahead and just put a little more medium here. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look at that. While you're looking, I'm going to get some water. Okay. Let's see what color we can make the hair of Adam and Eve. Okay. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. I think before I do that though, I'm going to work on the fruit a little bit. Now, this is an artistic choice. You have an artistic choice to make. Either you can make it like an apple, or you can go ahead and make it a pinkish color. But what you need to keep in mind and this is very important, is that this is going to be the brightest color of your piece. It is really going to stand out. So there's my dark. Medium, nope, medium and light. Okay. Zoom in. Zoom in. So on the dark, I'm going to use a pomegranate red Prismacolor PC 195. Now this is going to be a little touchy because it's so small. Zoom in. Zoom in. Now, this is one of those times where I'm going to go ahead and use my medium next. Let me check something here. And that's because the area is so small that I don't want to lose my medium area when I come in with my light. So there's my medium. And then here's my light. And I'm sorry, my medium color is a Guanghai 043. I'm sorry, woohoo, 013. Looks like a 4 because the silver is scratched a little bit. And then my light is a Faber-Castell, and that is a deep red 223. Now, I would encourage you to use relatively subdued colors. Good night, Kathy. Kathy, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing a snow princess later on. I'm going to be coloring ice crystals. Okay. Everybody see how cool that looks? Thank you. Sweet dreams to you, Kathy. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Faber-Castell 103. And we're just going to smooth that puppy out a little bit. Look how cool that looks. Alright. Let me slide up. We have another apple, fruit, whatever you want to call it. Now this one, I can see the gradation of color a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and do my dark, and then I'll do my light. And then my medium's going to pop right in there. How pretty is that? And then I'll go ahead and just very, very lightly use my Faber-Castell 103 Ivory. And that's going to pull these colors together beautifully. Now, I want a little shine on these apples. Sure, ILene. Let's emphasize evil more. Gonna sneeze, hold on. You guys were supposed to laugh at that comment about the apple. So now I'm going to come in with my white, and I'm going to hold on. Thank you, Jean. I'm blessed. I'm blessed with this group. I am blessed. Maddie says, very seriously coloring Adam and Eve. Cool. All right, so I'm going to put a little white on there because I want to emphasize our shine on our apple. Isn't that cool looking? And I'm going to go back down to the part one that's in the snake's mouth. And we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit of shine on that. Details, guys, details. Oh my gosh, look how much better that looks, right? Okay, let's roll up here. And we've got our dark areas here. And I do not have much area to work with here. And then I'm going to go with my light, which is just down here a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend them all together with my medium. All right, I got to see if I missed. Is this part of the leaf? No. And then I'm going to use a little bit, not much, Faber-Castell 103 Ivory. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to add my white shine. And actually I want to thank Jean and Marilyn because they're the ones that purchased these white pencils for me. And I am very appreciative of that. Rhonda, how are you doing on your coloring of this? Now again, we want this to look a little bit dull, right? Because that's just the way this salt piece looks. These are not, hold on, I've got one more and I've got, there it is. These are not, you know, happy autumn apples, and Albrechet Durer is subdued coloring. All right. Close enough, guys? Zoom in. Zoom in. So we'll go ahead and we'll put in just that little touch of dark. Again, this is a teeny tiny area on this original page. And then I'm going to do my light areas. And And then I'm going to use my medium. And remember, you wouldn't think it would make a difference using the different shades, but oh my gosh, guys, it does. It really does. And I'm just tapping my pencil on the paper to get the color on it. Okay. Now, I'm not going to use my 103 on that because this is a really small apple. But I'm going to go ahead and put that little white shine on there for you. Hold on. I'm going to have to get this into my pencil grip because it's getting pretty short. Okay, let me bring this down a little bit. So I'm just using my white. I'm just going back and forth. I'm not scrubbing my pencil. And look how that white comes up beautifully. Delicate touch, guys. If I'm moving my pencil 1/8 of an inch on there, that's a lot. Okay, one more apple. We'll do our DLM. So there's my dark. And there's my light color. Now this one you can see the medium quite a bit. And then I'm going to go on my medium color. And again, I'm just tapping my pencil on here just to get that color on there. I mean, that little puppy is small. So we'll go ahead and blend with just a little bit of my Faber-Castell 103. Oh, sorry, I'm wiggling. And then I'm just going to scrunch in just a little bit of white color. I'm moving this, like I said, 1/8, 1/16 of an inch maybe. Just to pop in that little streak of white. Oh, how pretty is that? Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look at that, guys. Zoom out. Isn't that delightful? Look how those apples show up. Zoom out. I missed one. Okay, where is it? Oh, in her hand, right? Is that the one that you're talking about, Rhonda? Yeah, there's an apple in her hand. Thank you. And just so that you guys know, this is a give and take coloring session that I do. And you are more than welcome. If I miss something, tell me. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Oh, there's also one in the tree half hidden. Okay, I'll find it in a minute. Oh, I see it. Yep, yep, yep. Thanks, Rhonda. Zoom in. Okay. Dark, light. Now guys, I don't want you to get hung up on using the exact colors that I'm using. If you don't have these pencils, just pick out a nice dark, medium, and light red. And then we got the medium. And again, you would think putting that medium on there would wipe out your light color. It doesn't. It really doesn't. I'm just going to smoosh with my finger just a little bit just to soften that. Faber-Castell 103 here. And then I'm going to hit that with my white blotch. Ooh, that white really shows up on there. Isn't that cool? Details, guys, details. There you go. Okay, let me slide back up here. I'm going to go upper arm, up, 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 up. And if it's the apple that I'm thinking of here, there it is. The one right by her forehead, right, Rhonda? I did, I missed it. Or is there another one yet? Okay. Whoops. Got it. Thanks, sweetie. Okay, there's my dark. Da, 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 da. There's my light, which you can really see. Don't get frustrated by teeny tiny areas, guys. And again, I'm just tapping my pencil, boom, 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 just to get that color in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my medium. Tap, tap, tap. You may even be able to hear me doing it. And then I'm going to just very, very gently, Faber-Castell 103. And then I'm just going to put a little smush of light on there. Okay, while I'm doing this, I have a question for you. Do you guys want me to continue on this picture Or would you like me to go ahead and start up the Ice Queen? Okay, and then I'm just going to push in my white. Maybe switch over. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, zoom out. Zoom out. I am very happy with this piece, guys. Zoom out. Zoom out. Isn't that beautiful? I'll show you, Maggie. I've got an Ice Queen from another book that I want to do. I want to show you guys how to do some gems and some ice. All right, any questions or comments on this? Zoom out. So Nan says, when you do the trees, we need to keep in mind if the apples are ripe, then the season is fall. Yep. But in this case, let's see here. In this case, Nan, I'm going to I don't want to add I really don't want to add fall colors to the greenery, because I don't want to take away from the apples. I want those to be pretty evident. And I've also got a bird up here, which is going to be distracting. I mean that in a positive way. But on the other hand, I don't want to, we've got fig leaves down here, which are the more olive colors. So we need to be careful about not making our leaves up here really the same color. You want this fig leaf to be distinct. Oh, and guess what? We missed an apple. Zoom in. Let me do this real quick. Zoom in. Zoom in. It looks like we've got one on the bottom here that fell. Oh, no pun intended. Zoom in. So I'm going to assume that this is an apple down here. Get it? Fell, fall, the fall. Dark, light. And guys, when you're putting in your lighter colors and you get that little popcorn effect, don't worry about it, because you're going to be blending it in, right? Eva for Eve and Ava for Ava Marie. Maddie says the parrot represents Mary. Germans collected colorful parrots and they made a sound like Eva, Ava. Oh, thank you for that history, Maddie. How cool is that? This is why I love this group. So I'm just putting a little bit an apple down here. We'll assume that that one fell. And I'm not going to shine it up because if it fell, it may have rotted a little bit. So no longer shiny. Zoom out. Zoom out. That's right. Mary represents the restoration. Ave Maria. Zoom out. There you go. Guys, tell your friends this is an excellent lesson for coloring skin. Zoom in. Zoom in. I am having so much fun showing you this. All right, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Yeah. Okay, let's pop over to a different coloring. I will get back to this tomorrow night. I highly suggest the book. It's a great book. It is in our affiliate list. Zoom out. Albrechet Durer coloring book. There you go. Okay. So this, now to something totally different. Oh, yeah. So this is a Colorless Kingdom, and this is by Ortega. I recently did a Colorless Kingdom page. You can look it up in our group by using the search bar, the little magnifying glass. And what I want to do is I want to show you how I'm going to be doing ice crystals. I think this will look pretty neat. Let me bend this backwards because it's curling because I sprayed it. All right. So we've got two things going on here. Well, several things going on here. Is that we've got crystals, and then we've got ice crystals. So I'm going to be distinguishing between the two when I color them, which I think is going to look pretty cool. Zoom in. So I am going to be using a Faber-Castell. This is color, it's sky blue, and it's 146. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. There you go. Faber-Castell 146. And for anybody new, I use a variety of pencils. I've got my colors, my pencils organized by color and not by brand. Zoom in. Zoom in. All right, so I'm going to tint, and boy do I mean tint. We want very, very light blue. So we're going to go ahead and come in lightly with this. I will have something else in mind for this, obviously. You know me, but wait, there's more, right? And this is where I don't want you guys going crazy with your initial color, because if you go crazy with your initial color, you cut off your chance to do any tweaking with it. All right, let me roll over to this one here. Adjust my camera just a little bit. If you are new to the group, I always tell you the way that I do it and recommend it is that you tint in your colors. You guys need to give yourself the option of coming back then and tweaking and doing your final thing. Now, the reason that I do that is because as I'm coloring, what you color on the page is going to shift your perception of the entire piece. And personally speaking, for me, I like to do that. Now, obviously, I have a general idea of what I'm going to do, right? Blue ice crystals. But I want to leave my options open that I can go ahead and do different things with them when I come back. Let's see. Okay. So notice now, light blue. Faber-Castell color 146, sky blue it's called. Actually, I bought 3 of these. This is one of my favorite blues. And this will start to make sense as I go around here. Okay, now these little ice crystals go all the way down to her outfit down here. Let me move down here on her shoulder. So I'm just going to go ahead and color a little bit of it. And then that leaves me a spot for when I go back. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. And then we'll come out. And let me go down a little further. Very, very light, guys. Keep turning your pencil. All right, zoom out. Let's take a look. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look how beautiful that looks already. And again, I'm going to remind you, I'm tinting in my areas. Which actually, in this case, is a good thing because I want this part of her outfit to be this light color. Okay, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Now, I want you to be careful when you have something in mind. I want you to be careful about mindlessly continuing your coloring, for example, up in an area. Okay, so this is why I'm just going ahead and doing the major pieces, the light blue, even though there are offshoots connecting. And you'll see why in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but eventually. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got this little guy. Let me sharpen my pencil. And I think that you will start to see how fabulous this is going to look. All right. Now, you might be inclined to go ahead and color this last little piece. I'm not going to touch that because that's part really of this brooch. So be careful that you don't go along and accidentally color something you don't mean to color. Okay? I'm coloring the outshoots that have the little spines on them. Now, this one doesn't have spines on it. That's fine, but because it's opposite this one that does, I'm going to go ahead and we'll make that the blue. And again, if you decide to color along with me on this one, if you happen to have this book, A Colorless Kingdom, remember, keep your colors, this initial color, light. Okay? There we go. We'll go ahead and color that just a little bit there. And let me do this. Little camera shift here. Remember, guys, every piece that you do tells a story. And you need to decide what story you're telling. Okay? If you really wanted to do something different, we could have done this picture in a striking red. I want you to think about that stuff. But I decided just to go with the flow on this one because I want to do the ice crystals in this light blue. Okay, one more spine to do on this one. Actually, a couple more. This spine belongs to the one right next to her head. And I think that you're going to see how absolutely outstanding this looks. All right, now. Oh, Miss Nan, good night. I'll be ending the broadcast in 20 minutes. Nan, I'm so glad you could make it. Good night, Nan. Good night, Nan. Good night, Nan. So glad you were here with us tonight. Zoom out. and then we'll do this side as well. Zoom out. And you can start to see the layout of the land here. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. Now, this little splay down here, I may ultimately, actually, now that I've seen the rest of this and how this falls in together, I'm going to go ahead and color these last two pieces. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. This is why I don't want you making decisions immediately. If you're not sure about what you want to do with something, leave it until you can look at everything else. So I've decided that this is going to look better with these last two done. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. Now we've got one more little area that's appropriate for this. Zoom in. But actually I'm going to wait on this as well. Either I'm going to make this blue like my splays, or I'm going to wait. Let's see how I envision this. I'm going to make it light blue. Zoom in. And you'll see what I mean as I do the rest of this about deciding about this piece here. But I'm pretty comfortable with what I'm thinking about with my other colors, so I'm going to go ahead and make this the ice blue as well. All right. And how pretty is this? And let's get this one. Now, for anybody that needs to know how to color gems, I've done that on various pieces. Just search it. Search for the video in the room. Zoom out. Okay, I'm very comfortable with this. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work on that skin, because I want to go ahead and get that defined as well. I've got about 15 more minutes of broadcast time. This is the bread funner. $0.98. Rhonda says, such a different piece, love it too. Good. And this is my Faber-Castell cinnamon. These are the color, I love this cinnamon, one of my faves. Okay. And actually, I'm actually going to switch something up here. Bear with me a moment, please. Okay, instead of using my bread funner 0.98, I am going to use my Rose Cloud, which is my bread funner 520 color. And guys, anytime I say 520, that means that that's that set of colors that are out of my 520 piece that I purchased. And then I have a regular bread funner set. So that's where I just say bread funner. I've got 2 bread funner sets. All right, zoom in. So let's go ahead and start up with our basic skin color. This is my Rose Cloud color. And again, I don't want you guys pounding your pencil into the page, especially when you're doing skin. There's absolutely no need for that. Little teeny tiny circles. And you can see how beautifully the skin color is coming in. Love it. This is the one pencil, if you remember, this is one of the pencils that I used on Adam and Eve. This is my the lightest color that I worked with Adam and Eve on. Okay. And as you can already see, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with a little bit of shading here, because I want you to see how I build that. Now this center dark color that popped up when I was coloring, something to do with the paper. I can't, I'll try and fix it. We'll see what we can do with it. But notice now how I'm doing the inside of the nose. To get that shape in the face. And then we'll go ahead and add a little bit of shading here because we want to start getting that chin defined. And a little bit around the lips because that makes them poof out a little more. Okay. So I at least want to get this initial color down for you because I want you to see how cool this is going to look. Excuse me. All right. Now, do you guys remember when I've done other colorings that I've talked about the collarbone and how you have that little divot right below your chin where you can press in the skin? This is exactly what I'm talking about here on this page. And the artist chose to highlight it. Not highlight it, draw it in. So this is this little V area that you want. And then we've got this collarbone area. So please keep that in mind when you're coloring chests, that if the artist hasn't put in the collarbone or this V area, you want to shade it to show that it's there. And that's going to make your piece look really cool. Now, one of the mistakes that a lot of people make is that when they get into a large area, they increase the size of their pencil swipes. Don't do that. Because otherwise you're not going to have consistent color going down. Keep it small and specific. Just because the area gets bigger doesn't mean that your stroke should get bigger. Please keep that in mind when you are coloring. All right. And notice how I'm back blending my layers of my colors so that everything looks uniform and smooth. See it? What's the #1 skill that you should learn when you're coloring? Alright, so let's get this area done. And notice also, blending, that's right. Rhonda says, I definitely have to fight the bigger strokes in larger areas. Yep, it's going to mess you up every time. Notice that I'm not just randomly coloring over the breast line here that the artist drew in. Good night, Amy. All right, let's take a look at this now. Zoom out. Zoom out. Good night, Miss Amy. Zoom out. Zoom out. Good night, Jean. I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes. Zoom out. So check that out. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of what I'm going to be doing to finish up the skin, but I'm not going to do the whole face. I just want you to see this little bit. So now I've got my cinnamon color from Faber-Castell. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. And this is where now I'm going to take my darker cinnamon and this is where I'm going to be darker by my edges and then come out lighter and lighter and lighter. Everybody see how I'm doing that? And this is what makes your faces look terrific. So this is my Faber-Castell Cinnamon color 189. So darker on our edge to show a shadow, right? And then we blend it in lighter and lighter. Oh, look how pretty that looks, guys. Let me do one more little segment and then I'll wrap up. Oh my gosh, guys, look how pretty that face is looking. I am so glad that I got this cinnamon. All right, zoom out. Zoom out. Maddie, to my knowledge, nobody else was bumped. And again, I'm going to shade my line. Now, I want you to notice, too, that I'm using my darkest color right on top of that line. Because why? People don't have black lines around their face. Okay, everybody see now how her face is starting to come out. Maddie says, guess I was special. Yes, ma'am. All right, now guys, this isn't blended. I just want to show you how this is starting to come out. You guys always tell me that my faces look realistic. So that's what I wanted you to see. Zoom out. Zoom out. There you go. Okay. I am done. Done, 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 done. I hope you guys had a wonderful evening. I hope you learned something. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. I hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun doing these two projects, actually. Zoom out. We've got Adam and Eve, and then we have an ice queen. Not to be confused with ice cream. Ooh, that sounds good. Maggie, you're welcome for a night of coloring fellowship. All right, guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Joyous, joyous coloring. Love on each other like you guys do. If you know that somebody is having a downtime, please contact them. Send them a little text that you're thinking about them, please. Just the fact that you sent the text, guys, is going to mean a million things. It'll mean a lot. Our group is specifically known for doing things like that. All right, guys. You take care. Have fun. Have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Bye.